I do wish this game wouldn't mute every time I go click off of it. Welcome back to FlyKnight, everyone. Last time we played this, we just kind of left it and we never played it again. It's not because the game is bad, I think the game is amazing. But because I've just been busy in life. Why are we playing this today? We've only got an hour. And in terms of games that you'd want to play that you have limited time on, I think a good, almost dungeon crawler-esque game is the best type of game to play. This game is no exception to that. This is probably one of the more interesting ones where you're a fly going around and figuring out what's going on. I've missed a fair amount of secrets, I'm pretty sure, because I did not explore very, very well. And also, why am I so slow? Yeah. And the other reason why I wanted to play this game today, because I have a very important question to ask you all. If you were a fly, what type of shit would you eat? And think about what that means, because usually when you say that somebody has a shit-eating grin, that's probably like usually a bad thing. But for a fly, that just means that you've had a really good meal. Like in the same way that that humans drink milk, and the milk sort of like gets stuck on your face, the fly eats shit and gets a shit-eating grin. So I ask you, in earnest, what kind of shit would you eat as a fly knight? Shit is shit. You don't discriminate. Oh yeah? Yeah? Would you eat the shit of somebody who's been eating only spicy food for the last several... think about this, okay? Somebody eats like a Carolina Reaper. Would you eat their shit? Think about that. You too get the spice. And think about this. Some shits are more appealing than others. Spicy shit. Nice. No. Some shits are more appealing than others. Look at this, okay? My dog eats her own shit constantly. I don't know how to stop her. I don't know how to stop her. She keeps eating her own shit. So her shit must taste delicious. She's hiding something from me. She doesn't want to share, okay? Would you rather eat her shit or my shit? This is the thing, right? Some shits actually have a certain appeal to them that's different from other shits. But we just don't ever notice. We always think to ourselves, oh, like, all shit is shit. But if a dog eats their own shit, and then it must mean that it's good. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're missing out here, limiting ourselves to the idea of just human shit. So I want you to think about this. Expand your reach to all kinds of shit. Like, really think about what is your most desired shit, okay? I know, for instance, cows, when they shit, the shit, it frees itself. I don't know how to say this, but it's like, it's not really shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like it has the makings of shit, but it's not really shit. It's like the beginnings of shit, but it's not really like fully shit yet, right? Like because like cows, they're ruminators, so they don't really eat everything fully. It's just kind of in there, and then they poop out like the remains of it or something. So think about that. Like think about what that means, and think hard about the kind of shit that you want to eat. Because if you limit yourself to just human shit, I think you're missing out on life, personally. And I've been thinking about that question a lot, right? Because I look at my dog, and I go, I give you all this beautiful food. It's not even like bad food. To be fair, it is like the kibble, but we've been thinking about moving her to raw food, but she hasn't really, it's been like, we've been worried about her diarrhea. Because she's gonna eat I don't want her to eat diarrhea, it's gonna be weird. And so it's like, what do you, like... How do you... When I look at her eat her poop, I start to think to myself, maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe there's more to life than just eating food, like steaks or, potatoes and stuff. Like, maybe there is something more that I can do compared to just eating regular meals every day, right? Why is this thing so strong? I'm gonna die. Leave me alone. Was that 902? And what's crazy too is that like she doesn't have any warning signs of her wanting to eat shit. Like sometimes she'll poop and she'll leave the poop alone. I'm like, okay, good. Like you've left the poop alone. Solid, right? That's a good girl, right? Then sometimes I look away for like 1 second and she goes back and she immediately goes back to eating poop. And she just and she'll gobble it up. Last night or like a couple nights ago, she pooped. Because this is what happens, okay? Every night I have to watch her poop. She's like traumatized me. I have to watch her poop so that I know that she isn't gonna eat the poop again. So, because what she does is she brings the poop up onto the bed. So you have this like little dog. She brings the poop up onto the bed. And I don't know this, okay? Because I'm asleep. So I pet her, and I love petting her because she's basically my like daughter, okay? So I pet her, and all of a sudden I feel this like little nugget in my hands, and I go, "Oh, that's weird. Or do you have like a lump on your face or something?" No, she has like a piece of shit in her mouth, and I wake up with shit covered hands. There has to be something that I'm doing wrong as a father. I have to be doing something wrong as a father for her to be doing this. Cock arc is over. Corpophilia arc is incoming. It's crazy that you use that exact arc, because if you Google the words "why is my dog eating shit," the first thing Google says is your dog may be suffering from coprophilia, and then when you ask Google what to do, it just says there's nothing you can do. Dogs just sometimes love to eat poop. That's just like, that's the actual honest to goodness answer. That's the answer that the system gives you. Is sometimes dogs just love to eat poop, and they don't really know what to do. Like, it's just a thing that dogs do. Though they theorize, the dog scientists, I don't know what they call them, but I'll call them dog scientists because it sounds funny. They theorize that dogs do this because in the wild they wouldn't have much access to good food. The problem is that she's never been outside in her life, and she's a Chihuahua, so she wouldn't even survive out there. Like, she would be food. My wife and I talk about this a lot, how she would be the food for other animals. Please stop it. Please stop. So, there's no need for her to resort to this sort of, like, lifestyle where she's trying to survive in the wild, eating her own shit. She has good food. Like, it's kibble, but we're slowly adding more and more wet and, like, meaty pieces for her to eat. I just don't understand her. Is it dead? Oh, it's not dead. Now it's dead. How do I heal again? How do we... Oh, in the mouse button. Shit in mouth sounds like a typical child. It really is. Most babies... the hardest part, actually. My friend, he has a baby. And he was telling us how he had... So, this was when he had COVID. It was a funny story. He was like... He woke up one morning, and he felt like there was like a wet spot on his baby's face because his baby was sleeping beside him. And then he was like... Oh no, my baby's bleeding, because he didn't smell anything, because COVID ruined his sense of smell, right? And then mind you, the lights were off, so he turned on the lights in a panic because he was like, oh no, what's happening to my baby? Only to discover that, wait, it's very like slimy too. And then he looked at it, and he's like, wait, it's not red, it's very brown. Turns out his baby just picked up her poop and was just spreading it everywhere, on his face, on her face, like everywhere. There's just poop everywhere. His wife walks in the room, and he goes, both his wife and his mother, they were both like, oh god, there's shit everywhere. And I was like, oh, and then, mind you, this is how he announced that he gave us COVID. This is how he announced it, okay? Because everyone got sick. Everybody got sick, and we were wondering, why is everyone sick? And then we asked around, and then he was telling the story, and he's like, and he finishes the story by saying, so yeah, you guys have COVID. I'm like, oh gee, thanks buddy. It's very good to know. I couldn't have guessed. I couldn't have possibly guessed that that's where the story was going here. Great announcement though. Very solid. Your niece would go play it in a cesspit and be like, okay, I ain't gonna wash my hands. Ooh. Yeah, what is with kids and playing in like the weirdest places? Yeah, like it's... Even me as a child, I remember me as a child, I would love to go play in mud pits. There's something fun about mud to like a child. Maybe I have theorized this. You know how there's ogres, right? You know how there's like a mythology of ogres? So, I believe that all mythology stems from a... Poop fest, sorry, I just saw that. I believe that all mythology stems from a certain bit of reality. Okay? What is the mythology of zombies, for instance? Well, it's based off of kudzu. Or like kuzu. I think kudzu is the thing that people eat. It's like the plant. But like there's like a disease or an illness that you get from eating people's brains. So it's been known to be very similar to this is an insane raid boss. What is this combo? These two ads are destroying me. But it's this thing that you get from eating dead bodies of people. And so what happens is that when you eat the dead bodies, you start to act in very strange ways. You start to go a little crazy, and and when you read how it's described, it sounds. It sounds a lot like zombies. Like the way that they describe it sounds a lot like how zombies are typically described. And I think to myself, that must be where ogres come from, because somebody must have seen like a human being who loved to play in the mud pits as a child continue to play in the mud pits. And then they were ugly. And then they looked at them and they said, "Oh God, that's an ogre. It's just a really ugly person playing inside the mud pits." So cruel is life. So cruel is life that we make fun of ugly people. As a child, I fell into a cesspit. There's a timeline where I died in a bunch of shit. Okay, I'm realizing that, like, I'm starting to realize that you're using cesspit in a very literal sense. I thought you meant as a very non-literal sense, but like, no, you actually mean like a real cesspit. What? Why did you have access to a cesspit as a child? There's like... You know what? I commend you for even finding access to a cesspit. Think about it. It just means that you were a resourceful child. You cared about... You cared about the public sanitation system, right? You cared about... You wanted to learn about how... Think about this. Do you really know where your poop goes? How can you be sure that it goes into the sewers? How can you be sure that the government isn't just taking your poop for their own needs? Do you really want to give away all of your poop? Can you stop shooting at me? I have an archer too. By the way, this game, I realized that this game plays a lot better when you play with multiple roles. This game, much like Elden Ring, you should learn to play it with every single role that you can. Don't just focus on a singular role. Because when you focus on playing one single role, it gets worse. Hello, chat. How are you? You entered the shit realm. We're talking about shit today. I'm gonna die. Good. The bow is down. The bow is down. I did not know I can break the bow, actually. Oh, also, before we started this, I did say that I have a reason why today my performance would be better. It's because I'm channeling a certain anger within me. So, insurance, we call it insurance, and they claim that we're committing fraud. Mind you, and I don't know how they figure this stuff out, this is with a police report and evidence of, like, it's literally, like, things are broken, man. Like, people, you know, like, there's stuff gone, there's things broken, and they're saying that we're committing fraud. So I'm channeling the anger of having to deal with insurance over this has been a 6-month process where they still, or where they just don't believe. They don't believe me. They don't believe like the police detective that's been working on the case for 6 months. I just don't understand what to do to convince them that yes, we've been robbed. I would just like to get the money that I pay every single month, that I'm forced to. I have to pay the money per law here. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't do it. What? You heard the president's poop is taken to prevent security risks due to them knowing allergies. You don't know if that's... Wait. So you're telling me the US government takes the president's poop to prevent the enemy from knowing allergies to poison them? That's... Is that real? Please tell me that that's real. That's amazing. Wow, I mean, I didn't even think about that, but I guess that does make sense. Because if you knew about a president's allergies, right? You could just feed them things that they're allergic to and they would die. You wonder if they have a dedicated poop taker for the president. I think that's the toilet. Pretty sure that's the toilet. They just don't really have a name for it. They just say it's like a toilet. I mean, it would be funnier to imagine that the president has like a specific person who shovels their poop. Like, you know how back then toilets used to be like a hole in the castle? So you'd have like a dedicated like porthole in the side of the castle, and you would just poop out the side of the castle and it would fall on the floor. Like, what if there's somebody down there waiting at every moment, or like there's, and he's waiting there with a bag. But what if there's no hole? What if there's no toilet? What if it's just a dude who stands there with his hands cupped under the president's asshole, waiting for it to pucker and open up as the poop falls into his hands? I'm learning so much about poop today. Do you think they do that for other? Do you think they do that for other national leaders? And okay, so, and think about this. Why? How did America figure the? How did America figure the? Like, how did they know this? Because think about this. Why did America start doing this? Somebody tried to make it. Somebody tried to use it at some point. Someone tried to like take advantage of the fact that they knew what the president's poop was like. This was a problem that they had. This was their solution to an existing problem. Think about that. It happened. Tornado! Ooh, that's good. Which means that there's a level of espionage that we aren't privy to, right? Because we don't get access to those documents. We don't get access to things that say like, oh, on like January 7th, 1987, during the Cold War, some enemy nation tried to take the president's poop to learn how to poison them at the press conference. What if someone gathered all the poop over time to build a big mound of it and then break into the castle? Sounds like a security risk. I feel like the people who live there in the castle would want to get rid of the shit before it ever gets too large. Like I feel like there is a certain level where it's like they wouldn't want the poop to build up because it smells like shit in the first place. Like they wouldn't want to have to deal with it. I don't think it's an enemy tactic insofar as the people who live there wouldn't want to be there and have to deal with the poop. I scared the fish away. They both were not fully used. The one where Nice play was just constructed wasn't very deep, only started to get filled. When you fell into, you think it was not used anywhere, it was someone deep like a well, but it wasn't particularly full. However, because there was some water, mud, and possibly poop in the bottom, that's probably why you didn't hurt yourself. So you were saved by a poop, yeah. I'm playing first-person RuneScape. Hello, chat. Basically first-person RuneScape. Yeah. And actually, I think you would enjoy this because I know that you do play like more of these types of. What? What happened to my rod? Wait, what happened to my? I think you would like this. It's a very action-based game. It's like a first-person dungeon crawler. I wouldn't necessarily call it like a Souls-like, but it has similar trappings where it's about the kind of slow-paced gameplay that you would have in a similar Souls-like manner. But yeah, it is basically a RuneScape / Dark Messiah of Might and Magic / you know what I mean? Like it has all those different things, all those different trappings, all built into one, which I think is very, very fun. I would say most of you would enjoy this. I think. It's a very simple game to pick up with a lot of complexity. Because look, if you move left as you swing your axe from left to right. If you move backwards, you would do a stab. If you move forwards, then you do an upward swing, or like an up down swing. So pretty interesting gameplay style. Oh, and they have poop transplants, which is very real. I do remember the poop transplants. Yes, I've actually been thinking about that because it's like basically it's whenever you have like stomach issues and your gut flora is out of whack. They can get good gut flora to put it back on track. So they put someone else's poop inside of you. And I've always wondered, is the process to select the poop similar to like a blood donor? Like, you know, when you go to do like a blood donation, they like ask you, hey, like, are you healthy? Do you have any tattoos? Do you like, have you ever had sex? Like, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of weird questions that they ask you, right? And then it's like, okay, well, what do they ask you for the poop transplant? Like, how do they filter your poop compared to everyone else's poop? Like, what is the checklist by which they ask you questions to determine that your poop is a healthy enough poop? Or do they just, this is the thing, right? Do they ask you questions? Or do they just take the poop from anybody and they test it and then they just use whatever works? Your cows eat their mothers for a similar reason. I hope you mean poop and not the actual, like, the whole cow. Hello, chat. Hello, chat. By the way, to the ones who type shitters, I'm sorry for that mistake inside the channel. I'm very sorry. If you don't know about the shitters channel, please check out the Discord. I nearly failed all of you in the Shitters channel. Nearly. I did fail you, actually, and thankfully I followed the rules, and I restarted it. So every day we get a new Shitters line. We have a new Shitters line now, but I did fail you all. It was my bad. I didn't expect to fail. I don't really know what happened. Holds up poop. No, that's a good looking poop. That's the thing, right? Like, how do they test whose poop is good? Like, is it... There has to be a test of some kind. I'm the weakest link of the Discord. It's so true that it hurts. Yeah. This is the thing, right? I was expecting one of you to fail. And then, next thing you know, I'm the one who commits the first mistake, the first crime. And it's like, oh, it's over. Like, I'm the reason why things are going downhill now. I just didn't think it'd be me, you know? Like, I thought to myself, there's no way I'm worse than any of you. Like, I have to be better than all of you. It's my channel. But no, I'm the worst one there is. What is that? Woo! Thank goodness I have poison resistance. If I didn't have this, I would be dead. Oh man, I actually miss playing this a lot. I forget how fun this is. And also, it's a good game to play too, because it's not super complicated. Like, it's... Not to say that I can't have conversations in more complicated games, or not to say that it isn't a good, interesting game in terms of, like, the complexities, but that having a conversation playing Elden Ring, it feels a lot more chaotic and faster paced than this. Though so far, I don't think I've stopped talking during the Elden Ring playthrough either, so... Is this 3D RuneScape? I like how they've nailed the aesthetic. They've nailed the aesthetic. Because everyone recognizes this as RuneScape. I think it's more than RuneScape, but I think it is fair to look at this as a RuneScape-esque game in terms of the look and the feel. But the gameplay is more like Dark Messiah of Might and Magic if you go slower. It even has a kick button. A leak? What? It's a mace. What is this? Oh yeah, heck yeah. It's just like the animes. Oh cool, it's just like anime. Oh, I love this. Holy shit, this thing takes up my entire screen. I can't see anything. Now, this is the best implementation of a shield I've seen yet. Most games do a shield where it's very easy to see things, it's very easy to fight. Very few games make it so that you can't... Like, a lot of games fail to make the shield like a real choice. A choice of, like, do you want the safety versus the mobility. Minecraft has a better shield. You take that back right now. Great Onion Estock. This is the best game ever. Oh my god. Guys, I'm getting so many plant items. I've got a plant... I have a plant. I have a plant stab and a leek sword. Watch this. Wait. Oh! Look away, please. Just look away. So bad. Streamer, so bad. So mad. I can't be mad. Do you know why I can't be mad? I'm holding in a fat shit right now. I actually need to take a shit so bad. We may have to end it with 10 minutes to spare at the very end, because I need to go take a shit before we go play co-op later. We know, we can smell it. Do you think you can recognize when somebody's holding in a poop or like a pee? I always think about this. Like whenever I'm in a meeting and I need to take a shit, right? I always worry that they can smell the shit on me, or like they're aware that like I'm struggling to keep it in. Depends on what angle you're looking at them from. Yeah, that's a +2. Well, you see, streamer, I can tell. I'm right here looking at that puckered asshole. I'm looking at that puckered asshole clenched. Clenched the hell and back. This thing is so tight, I don't think anything can escape from it. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's a good... Yeah, that's a +2. I like these swords. These are cool swords. I wish more games had this concept of, like, plant material weapons. Holy moly, what is this? Funny thing is, it was at your friend's house with the cesspool, and specifically warned us about it. But we were not supposed to play there since... It was now technically a construction site that they sold to someone else. Oh, for the poop realm, right? So when his mother went out to sea, we were playing there. You cowered and started going backwards, Sam Fisher style. After several steps back, there it was, the poop pit. From your friend's perspective, it was just your head looking at some wood bricks suddenly disappearing. I like how you said specifically that you backed up Sam Fisher style. That's a +2 statement. Chad, you're on a roll today. Today's a good comedy day, right? All of you are starting to really think about, like, you know, all of you have upped your comedy game. I think poop is a very successful topic, because I think poop is a very human thing to like know, right? Everyone poops. Some things are harder to relate to and thus harder to make jokes about. I think the mark of a great comedian is if you can make a joke that everyone relates to in some way, that everyone can find the humor in, right? So when you talk about taxes and stuff, or like insurance, it's like most people don't have that, yeah? But when you talk about poop, everyone knows. Sam Fisher style is extremely descriptive. You could picture it perfectly. Yeah, same, yeah. Had to Google who Sam Fisher is. You thought it's some actor. You know what? Okay, how popular is Splinter Cell where you're from? Because that determines how easy it is to know Sam Fisher. Because here, Sam Fisher is like immediately recognizable as Splinter Cell. The gradient color of the weapon is visually interesting, sorry. Yeah, I really like the gradients of the yellow glow as I sit at the campfire and it burns my retina. I really enjoy the way that my retina burns off at the sight of sunlight. Just like real life. You're just not a real gamer. You know what? It's not that you're not a real gamer. Maybe you just never had access to these games, right? Because I will say Splinter Cell has always been in this weird space where it appeals to a certain niche audience. It had a reboot that appealed to a different audience, which I did enjoy. I enjoyed both sides of it, right? I enjoyed both versions of it. But because of that, it's not really a game that was made for overseas markets. Like, it's a very American-centric game. Even the story of Sam Fisher is literally just America. Fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally like the spy type of story. It's basically propaganda. Like it's I forget his name. The Tom Clancy books. Every Tom Clancy game or thing story just feels like a weirdly American. And mind you, they're from Montreal, so it's very funny. Then again, it's Ubisoft game, and you hate Ubisoft games. Okay, I think Splinter Cell is the least Ubisoft game of the Ubisoft games. Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, these are the least Ubisoft games. I think Assassin's Creed started the Ubisoft trend, but Assassin's Creed 2, I think, was the beginning of the Ubisoft game moniker. To me, at least. When I look at games like Splinter Cell and Prince of Persia, I think this is not the Ubisoft blueprint. I think to myself, this is a game. This is a true work of art that they worked on. Like, it is a genuinely compelling experience. Which, by the way, they just laid off the entire Prince of Persia team. So we're never getting to that again. But the only Ubisoft you have is Monopoly and the Trials bike game. It's funny that you say the Trials bike game, because I've seen that game a couple times and I always wonder who would play this. But now I know. Do you like bike games? Like, when you were growing up, was your favorite game Happy Wheels? If it's still your favorite game, you're too young to be here. Oi! Well, it doesn't mean that you play it, you just have it. Yeah, it's fair. I need to figure out how to do this. Okay, listen, buddy, this guy's insane. Wait, I have to do, isn't there like a parry move? What's the parry again? What's the parry? It's like instant block, right? Block and kick. Block and kick. Block and kick. I have to practice. Boom! Wait, is that not how you do it? Oh, you have to go like this and then left click it. Right. Wait, like this and left click it? I don't know. Yes, it was this. So you punch him as they're doing, and then you kick him. Yeah, I remember now. Wait. Let me practice this. It's not working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You don't even think that was a joke. You're pretty sure the Sam Fisher crouching is exactly how you thought about it while you were doing it. And you would do it relatively often. Sam's crouching animation is just superb. What is with children and copying things that they see within games? Like, a lot of kids copy like the moves that they see within video games, believing that it's like effective or real. I used to do Naruto runs. Like, no joke. I used to let my arms go behind me to like get more aerodynamics or something. And it was only later that I realized it doesn't help me, right? The only thing that can help me is if I'm like Usain Bolt, but I'm not like him, so nothing worked. Why do we do this? Why are humans so weird? Oh, you know what? I know why humans are weird. I actually do know the reason why we do this. We do it because as humans, we learn how to do things by copying people. Like, we learn by seeing our caretakers do it. So when I see someone do things as a child, it makes me want to copy it, because it's like the only way that we really learn is by copying from each other. You would also do the Assassin's Creed run. Wait, what's the Assassin's Creed one? Oh, where he does the hands at the side? Yeah, I can see that. That one's kind of cool too. Like in terms of runs, I would say the Assassin's Creed one is the least egregious. Like, if I saw someone do an Assassin's Creed run, I would think, oh, this guy just robbed something. I would think he's just running away from the cops. Not that he's cringe. The key is that I wouldn't think that you're cringe. I would just think that you're a thief, right? Like you're hauling ass. So it is actually a fairly effective stealth to run, if that makes sense, right? Like no one's really gonna look at you funny for doing it necessarily. How about I just ignore her and I leave her? She's gonna kill me, so okay. Well, she just killed herself. Good, perfect. Problem solved. She killed herself. Cannonballs. Dung beetle? Chat, we have some good items here. I have dung beetle helmet. This thing gives a lot more armor, but a lot more weight. I don't think I care too much about the weight. I care more about the armor. So I'm taking a lot of damage, and I do look cool. And I can get cannonballs for fists. As cool as the leak is, it's not that good. Holy shit. Now you'll look at them weirdly for sure. Probably throw a few rocks at them too and yell shame. Well, you should do that to me. I need to go use the washroom. I'll be back in 5 minutes flat. I swear to God. This is not related to my need to shit. This is totally not related to my need to shit. BRB. That was the best poop of my life. Chat, it was like a shotgun. It's just... like as soon as I just let go of all force in my asshole. Like the moment that I released my sphincter, it was like a shotgun. It just like blasted, like. Wow, that was great. Sorry about that. RuneScape font. See, thank you. Somebody did notice the cool RuneScape font. I don't think I paused the VOD recording properly during that whole thing, so people are just gonna see like a 7-minute break where I went to go poop. Shitting. Shitters. Okay, I've learned, if you're a streamer, if you're a fellow streamer here, do not eat spicy food before you stream, okay? Who knew that high-stress situations combined with spicy food would make you shit yourself? Because boy, oh boy, was that a close one. Holy shit. Uh-oh. This isn't good. This isn't good. Wait. You're too white for spicy food. You know, I always hear people say this, right? There's a guy named Mark Waynes on YouTube. He does like various food things, right? He looks like the type of person who wouldn't survive spicy food, not because of his skin color, but because he just doesn't look like somebody who would eat spicy food. That man devours spicy food like you wouldn't believe, right? So I never believe it's a skin color thing. It's a you're weak thing. It's a personal failing, not a categorical failing, right? You're just a failure of your own self. Mike Wheatley. Oh my god. It's also fitting, I think, to go and immediately poop after we have like a long discussion. It's been half an hour where we just talk about poop the entire time. And I actually wonder, you know what? Do you know why I was pooping? The president of the United States called me. I know, during a trade war, it's kind of crazy. But he was like, I need someone to stand in for me. I need someone to pretend to be me. I need your poop for the G7. For the G7 summit. They needed a stand-in. The G7 summit is happening, right? They needed somebody from Canada to act as a decoy. And I will serve my country, god damn it. I mean the Prime Minister, or the President, yeah. If you don't know that, if you don't know what we're talking about, you missed a lot. We learned that presidents get their poop collected by the Secret Service in the US in order to prevent DNA leakage or something. I am here to serve my beautiful country of Canada. The Prime Minister says I need to take a shit in a bag. I will do it, god damn it. I'll do anything for this beautiful, glorious country. With all this 87% crown land. Oh, this is a route. Oh, this is how you... Oh. So the way that I was going was hard mode. You have to go this way to go that... Oh, I get it. Oops. Yeah, I get it now. Okay, cool. So now we're across the water. There is still that room up there that I want to get to. But I'm assuming this room might even be accessible now in some way. Had I just the ability to jump. If I can get... Oh, you know what? I can climb the chain. I'll climb the chain and I'll walk on over. You're getting... pew, pew, pew. I was telling... I was showing the mod's boyfriend last night. The clip of where she comes in and she says that I called her like a racist term. Because he was like, why did you call her that? And then I had to show him context. So we're watching this clip where the mod comes in and says, I called her this thing. And then it's funny because like he correctly pointed out that the mod came in, dropped that bomb, and left. She didn't come back for the next half an hour, and I was busy trying to explain to you all why I called her that thing, but it wasn't me calling her that thing, it was a reference to what happened. You're after my wife. Thank you for calling me Licky, I actually appreciate that. You're the only one who uses my real name now. Some of you respect who I am now. Some of you understand who I am. Why are there so many flies? It's just like real life. Oh god, it's just like real life. POV. It's summertime and you're grilling in the backyard. But it's also garbage day. All of a sudden, you have like a horde of flies coming after your food. Oh god, please leave me alone. Leave me alone. There's so many flies everywhere. Swat them. Ah! Swat the flies. Ah! Aren't we all slickerish? Oh, you thought the mod was single? No. She's taken. She's taken by the best team fight tactics player in all of North America, actually. I'm not kidding you. He's ranked #1 in our friend group because we're all iron and he's like and he's like diamond. And so he farms us on his several accounts within the game. You don't believe any mod is taken. See, how many streamers do you watch that reveal that they have like a life? You know what I mean? Like how many streamers that you watch that are open about the fact that they will never be yours? You know what I mean? Like how many streamers are willing to disappoint their fan base the way that I do, right? I imagine it must be a very small number. Ooh. Ooh. They all flirt back, including you. I don't flirt back. Oh, you. Oh, you. That's a deep cut joke. If you've never flirted in your entire life, then you don't understand what I've just done. To you, it looks like an awkward conversation. To me, I'm the Rizzler, baby. Aha, I'm a genius. Oh, fungal! Eat licorice's sticks. You saying you'd never flirt with me, my sugar plum. Yeah, I've never flirted with you in my life. You're not supposed to talk about it here. Okay, now I look actually disgusting. I look like you know those ants that get taken over by like a mushroom or something, and so they like become zombies. The cordyceps, the same thing that inspired I think Last of Us. That's what I look like now. But instead of an ant, I'm a shit-eating fly with a shit-eating grin. Oh, to the new chatters who have just joined. If you were a fly What kind of poop would you eat? Please answer. It's very important. If you were a oh yes, oh yeah, that's the best weapon in the game. Elden Ring looking. If you were a fly, you would eat my wife's poop. Okay, mods, can we please time her out? Only my That's crazy. That's actually crazy. This is as soon as I say mods, can we please time them out? This is what the mod says. What poop would you eat? .png. Save this over here, so just so I can load this in, okay? I asked the mod to time out whoever said they would eat my wife's poop, and this is what the mod says. Only your wife's. It's like clockwork, man. Oh, I was telling this to her boyfriend. I was like, dude, your girlfriend is like gaslighting me on stream. She's making people think that I'm not Asian, that I have yellow fever, that I ate my wife, and that my wife isn't real, and they're making you all think that I'm racist. Like I'm not racist. I'm being gaslit here, chat. Mind you, it's funny because I can fire her at any moment, but I choose not to because there's something comedic about the fact that there's somebody who's like gaslighting me that I've hired, right? It's like hiring your worst enemy. Though I suppose that it, in a way, is a very interesting concept. Like a superhero has to hire their worst enemy because if they didn't have the enemy, like they wouldn't be a superhero anymore. She matches my freak. Can we never say that ever again about me in the mod? That's a very weird statement. Only a racist person would say they're not racist. I'm being gaslit over here. Oh, this guy looks slightly different, actually. True! Guys, listen, chat. I'm not racist, okay? I'm not racist. Listen, it was a fully... I explained to you the context yesterday of why she said thing. I'm not the one who said, hey, can you ching me? Like, at her store. They said that, okay? I don't know why they use that for... They use that for a cash register. Who says, please cash me out by saying ching ching? Like, it doesn't make any sense, okay? I'm just making fun of the fact that she has weird... Listen, the mod has a weird client base. It's not me. I have good clients. The mod has really weirdly bad clients, yeah? Are you racist, fellow chatter? True. How do you know, right? How do you know for sure that that's a true statement? That only the racist people would say that they're not racist if you yourself were not racist. I do agree with that statement, chat. Very good of you for asking the hard questions that need to be asked. I don't think this mushroom arm is very good. It gives a lot of magic defense, though. Actually, it gives pretty good defense in general. Like, it gives a lot of magic defense compared to physical. Is this 14 or is that 1.4? It's 1.4. Okay. I will say, despite the fact that the game looks like RuneScape, even the itemization feels different, and even the graphics, they feel really high quality. It just has the aesthetic of RuneScape, but not really the concepts of it. It just, or like, it has the skin of RuneScape. It sounds like RuneScape too. I half suspect that they, well, not that they stole the like, is it? If you make a game and you use the same asset library as somebody else, right? Is that stealing, or is that the kind of craftiness that you would expect from, you know, a very, very solid game? Like, is that something that you would expect people, like, is that stealing, or is that just inspiration? You know what I mean? Really, that's probably like the oldest question here. Prime monkey energy. Only a racist person would have to say that they're not racist. Shit. Yeah, how's it feel to be accused now, chat, huh? At least I have a funny story to go with my thing, okay? You don't have a funny story, and if you did, you couldn't tell it. you would get banned. Oh, the door. Oh, thank God. It sucks. What's funny is that nobody will remember. You can leave this chat knowing that you will never be thrown under the bus. This will never come back to your chat. This is a safe space for not racist, but like sorry. I'm trying to think of a way to say this that doesn't sound bad. This is not I have screenshots, says the mod. What? Wait, okay, wait. Can I see your screenshots? Can I see what you've got in your folder? Am I allowed to inspect what's going on, or is that like it's just a normal inspection? Just open up your pockets and let me see. This is a safe space for us to make these kinds of jokes, insofar as we know that everyone's not racist. Like, we know that everyone's not racist, and we're just joking about them. I'll expose them when it's time. Okay, I need to ban you from the Discord. I need to ban you from the Discord. See, I've been spending more time with the mod, and I know this sounds weird, but like we're in the same friend group. So I've been spending more time with the mod playing games with her, right? But like the more time that we spend together, the more that she knows, and like the more material that she gets, right? I need to unmute you for the downfall videos. Oh no, that's prime monkey energy. Oh, that's the prime monkey energy. I thought you meant like the RuneScape thing and like the stealing content thing, in the sense of like, or like in the sense of like we're all just basically biological machines learning from each other. I thought it was like a very, very, you know, like joke. But basically, I was alluding to the idea of AI and the way that AI like steals things, basically. And I thought you were going with it. Falling back on an automatopoeia when you forget a word goes hard. Did I do that? What was my automatopoeia? That was a good jump. Oh god. Oi! Oh! He's gone. He's gone. He's dead. Perfect. What do... Oh my god. This is a hardcore zone. The guy with automatopoeia instead of checkout. Oh, the ching ching? Yeah, I'm still surprised about that story. When the mod told me, I was like, yeah, because it's a weird thing to say when you need to get cashed out in general, right? But, and I said this yesterday too, it's like there's only, like there's some things that you would never do. Clip. Guys, there's a context to it. It's not, I didn't say this, the mod's customer said this. They said it to the mod. Like there are some things that you just shouldn't say, you know what I mean? You would say ka-ching. Exactly, I would say ka-ching too. Yeah. Can you, like, I would be like, if I have to do it, I would be like, you know, can you ka-ching, right? Because it's very easy. But ching-ching is like way too, it's like, that's risky, man. That's risky to say to somebody, you know? Like, it just, like, it doesn't mean anything bad, but like, it can be construed pretty poorly. And the mod is hard of hearing. Like, she doesn't hear anything. I'm surprised that she even hears me talking on the stream, honestly. Sometimes I wonder if she even knows what I'm saying. What? Where you going? Come back. It's like the Holy Grail. They have no arms, but they're still fighting. I've cut your bloody arms off! She's also hard of looking. I didn't say that. Mod, you have free reign. You may choose to respond to that message however way you wish. I will uphold your moderating decision. And I want you to know it'll be funny because I'm collabing with them soon. So what happens is that I don't know if I can even add them to the shared chat if they get banned. But you have you have freedom. I give you power. Okay, what's funny is that I give the mod power because it's funny. Timed out for the mod has timed out that chatter for 600 seconds. I will uphold her decision. Her decision is final. That's 10 minutes. See you later, buddy. There's like she's a comedy mod, right? She isn't very effective at what she does. She's hard of hearing. She doesn't really know how to like mod things. It's her first time doing it. But there's something funny about giving like a loaded gun to a child. And if you couldn't recognize, she's the child here. She's like crazy. Can't spell comedy without mod. What? Oh, comedy. Okay, well, you can't spell commodity without mod either. That's because mods don't matter. This guy has rhino armor, so he should be tankier. This isn't good. I'm in a bit of a bad spot here. They suck your... Like, okay, put the fishing rod away. They suck your energy. Rhino Greaves. We're getting actually the full set slowly. I think you can farm the full set off of those guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh god. Mind you, we have 10 minutes left. Wait, Nagi, did you want to start right in 10 minutes, or did you want to start after you get home and you wanted like a moment? I don't mind either way because I'm fighting for my life here. For those of you who don't know, this is a placeholder game until we get to... well, not really a placeholder game. You're home. You're just watching me play this instead of wanting to go play the archipelago. Listen, this is... I'm playing Dark Souls Castlevania. You seemed busy. I seemed busy. Well, it's not... You're not wrong, but like... I don't mind, you know. I don't mind just stopping and we can just continue on. Because I did unlock the bridge. It's not hard to get back here. But how about this, okay? I'm going to continue until I find the save point. Which should be soon, and then we just simply move on, okay? I'm dying, by the way. Potato! Roots! Roots! Okay, sweetie. You can imagine yourself using Ching ×2 without second thought. That's how you'll lose your job if you ever get a job in the real job in the future. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, of all the things to say, don't say that. Ka-ching is the closest thing that's the safest thing to say. Ka-ching is... Oh! Wakazashi? Yo! Ka-ching is like the best thing to say if you need to like do like an abbreviation. Like if you need to do an abbreviation, that's the thing that you should say. But I would say don't bother doing any of them because they're all equally as bad as the last, right? They all have a certain level of risk to them. I would just say the full thing because it's not that hard to say, but you know, maybe I don't know why that person said that actually. Did they ever explain why, mod? To be fair, I don't think the mod confronted them because she never likes you. She doesn't, we did a personality test. She's not really a confrontational person. Oh my god, we're finally done. Okay, chat. I'm gonna save and we're gonna move on, okay? This game is fun, but there's pre-existing plans and the timeline is tight. We have 7 minutes, 8 minutes, we can just start early. You read that as sweaty. That's a good insult though, right? To call someone sweaty. You know what the best insult I've ever heard is, in general? Whenever you play a game and people say, bro, why are you acting so sweaty? Why are you playing so hard? It's like, sorry for wanting to try my best in something in life. Something that they would never do. You know? And I want you to think about that. This is my parting words of wisdom that I couldn't say last night because I'm not even kidding you. Last night my OBS crashed. My parting word of wisdom is this. It's okay to want to try your best in life. It's okay to want to be somebody and to give it your all in life.